West Virginians are collectively mourning the loss of a man who dedicated his life to public service. Doug Skaff Jr. spent decades dedicated to bettering the state of West Virginia through his work as a state legislator. Yesterday, he passed away after a car crash, and tonight we're remembering his legacy, which spans far beyond the community that he called home. It was a lifetime of commitment to public service that Doug Skaff championed each and every day. A former state delegate and businessman, the WVU alum and Kanawha County native spent more than a decade serving in the House of Delegates. At that time, he served as House Minority Leader. Skaff also ran for Senate and Secretary of State during his political career, but was defeated in both races. He was the president of HD Media and the interim executive director of the West Virginia Press Association. Most recently, he was part of an ownership group that purchased a popular restaurant in Charleston. But beyond the legacy of his career as a public servant, Skaff was a father to 3 sons. U.S. Congressman Riley Moore spoke on the House floor on Wednesday, remembering his dear friend and the memories they shared together.
He was a wonderful father, a wonderful community leader, and he was somebody that just loved life and could light up an entire room when he walked into it.
Skaff's legacy and his ability to inspire others, deeply rooted in the community he called home. Now, within the last hour or so, we have learned some new details about that crash. West Virginia State Police say it happened at the 101-mile marker of I-77. That's near Jane Lew and Weston area. Troopers say Skaff rear-ended a tractor trailer while he was going up a hill. He then died at the scene inside an ambulance. The cause of that crash, though, is still under investigation. And flags are flying at half-staff across Kanawha County today in honor of Skaff, and typically waving high. Those flags now rest midway as a tribute. The flags in front of Charleston City Hall, the Kanawha County Courthouse, and the Sheriff's Office were all lowered as county officials ordered the gesture in recognition of Skaff's service and contributions to the community. And condolences for Skaff have been pouring in from local elected officials and people who knew him very well. WSAZ's Andrew Colgrove shares reaction as they reflect on Skaff's legacy.
Yeah, we are hearing from friends of Doug Skaff and people who worked alongside him who say his passion for West Virginia was unmatched.
It's devastating. There's no other word for it.
Charleston Mayor Amy Schuler-Goodwin sharing her perspective on what made Doug Skaff so special.
My mom always used to say that when you meet somebody and you connect with them and they inspire you, take that with you. And Doug gave that to so many people. He was jovial. He was always pleasant.
Everything that he did with incredible energy and passion.
Kanawha County Commission President Ben Salango had known Skaff more than 2 decades and attended one of his first political events in Charleston.
We're not going to be able to replace this void. He is going to be terribly missed.
Barboursville Mayor Chris Tatum was friends with Skaff as well.
Doug was one of those guys that everybody just likes because he was a likable guy and he was a friendly guy and he was genuine.
It's going to be a hard time going for a really long period of time. But I think the best thing that we can do is to look forward to the things that he wanted to do and continue his vision.
All I can think about is his family right now. He, has 3 beautiful boys. He has leaves behind a wife, Marissa. We're all just praying for them during this terrible, terrible time.
County Commissioner Lance Wheeler said Skaff was much more than just an elected official. He was a true champion for his community, a family-first man, and a friend. Andrew Colgrove, WSAZ, Charleston.
And we do have much more reaction from across the state of West Virginia, along with some statements on Skaff on our story on WSAZ.com.